Good morning. Welcome back to the shop or the channel, whichever you prefer. Yep. So it sounds like you guys would like to hear a little bit more about the getting started in the mobile service business, where you go around to where the customer is and you do it on their property, and it does a couple things. And what I'm going to ask of you, Rodney, because he's the one that's been posting, he's doing it right now. So what I'm going to ask of you is, if I misspeak, or forget something, please add it in the comments. Alright, so why would somebody want the mobile service versus a regular at the shop? Well, first of all, for me anyways, it's not that it's handy or this or that. It means I'm going to get my machine back today. That guy's coming to my place and he is going to do a service on my lawnmower. I'm not waiting 2 or 3 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks at the other shops. And that's smart. Now, most customers have to have the understanding of, if it needs new blades or belts or what have you, that it may take a second time to come back out and finish it up while you're waiting for the parts. The second reason is convenience. They may not have a trailer to haul it with. They may not want to pay the pickup and drop off fee depending on where they're at. And lastly, if you're doing it right, you're building trust with that customer. And that customer will be the first one to call you back every time there's an issue. So I think the first misnomer that most people think when they think, mobile service business, is that they don't do just services. They're an all-around mechanic that's traveling around and can do more than just change the oil and, top off the oil too. I mean, these guys that are doing it can turn wrenches. They have to be able to turn wrenches. And the only reliance they have, like here in the shop, we can talk back and forth. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Let me come out and help you with that. Most of these guys are on their own. They're out there busting their hump by themselves. So that's the customer angle, is why would they even think about having a mobile service business come to their location? So let's look at it on the side of Rodney's side, on the business owner that is either started the business, has one going, full-fledged. What are the big things that would make a person decide to go that route instead of a normal brick and mortar? And it might be simply that there are enough brick and mortars in the area already, but moreover, it's the cost to have a retail business. It's not cheap. If you have a mobile service, I'm not saying that's cheap either, because I know some of these guys that have got, $70,000 trucks, $20,000 trailers, and then the stuff in it. So I mean, there's levels of how cheaply you can get in. But when it comes to a business location, in our area, you're probably going to pay $1,200 to $1,500 to rent, lease something that size, just to do mechanical work. Not the size of what we have here, is more than that. I can only imagine what it would cost as you get closer to in town, in city. You know, I know people that are paying $2,500 a month for just a one-bedroom apartment downstate. So I can just imagine what they would want for a mechanical retail shop that on the corner in Yonkers or in the New York City or Chicago or wherever. But that's not the only cost you have if you have a brick and mortar, is it? No, I mean, I'll probably miss some things because there's a lot of costs. You have your phone. Well, you have your phone with a mobile. Yeah. But me being a shop owner, I have my regular landline and then I have my cell anyway. Most people do. And you can take and turn your cell into a business phone in the beginning just to get customers in. And then if you wanted to upgrade and get yourself a nicer phone for yourself and use that phone strictly for business, you can do that. So that you're carrying two phones. So that if somebody, your friend wants to call you or this or that, you know, it's not going to be bothering tying up the phone where a customer was calling in. So you have your phone. All right. You have heat. Electricity, including air conditioning in the summertime. You have insurances. You have, with me being ownership, I have school and land taxes. And if you get closer to the cities, they have the city taxes that you have to pay. And that can be astronomical. But if I sat down and added up all my costs, and I own the business, I own the shop, I don't owe anybody the shop. But if I sat down, you're looking at 150, 3. Let's just round it to $900 to $1,000. And that's me owning my own business, my own shop. And I don't floor plan. I don't do pre-season. If I did either one of those, now you're going way high per month that you're going to have to somehow shell out. Now, if I went mobile, I would have my vehicle payment, unless I was going to use the family vehicle to do both, dual purpose. And I would want to put the money into the enclosed trailer the most. Why the enclosed trailer? Because them suckers will last you a long time. Trucks wear out. If you have all your advertising on the enclosed trailer, if you have everything at your fingertips in that trailer, if you have a way to get in out of the heat where you, like a stand-up type of air conditioning during the winter months, just a plug-in heater or something, just to kind of, where you can flip the door up and work on snow blowers. But I would want to put my money there more so than what's pulling the trailer. So, truck payment average, if you go and buy new, $500 to $700 a month. And then if you went out and bought a tandem axle, and I wouldn't get much smaller than 16 foot. You know, you can get smaller, but 16 foot will give you the front half to have all your stuff, and then have, 7 to 10 foot of working area. And I would get the ones with the fold down ramps in the back so you can drive the lawnmower up into the trailer. Most of the guys that I see doing it are either 16 to 20 foot trailers. So for, a brand new one, a 20 foot tandem axle, I would want to go with the plywood insides so that you can hang stuff on it or secure things. And I know for us, we're a trimmer trap dealer. And Trimmer Trap puts out so many different accessories for enclosed trailers for guys just to do that, to hang stuff on the wall. And there's other companies out there too, but that's the one I think of off the top of my head. But you can step into the low end around $6,000 plus tax. And then sky's the limit. But I think if you budgeted for something between 8 and 10, you'd be doing all right. And personally, I would go with the 20 footer. And why do I say put your money into the trailer? Because on the trailer, you not only can put your advertising, but you're going to have, DOT numbers. Well, what's a DOT number? Department of Transportation. Any vehicle that is used for work and that is towing or not towing, has advertising on it, etc., etc. I don't care how small you are, you will need a DOT number, even though you may never leave the town, city where you're at with that trailer and truck for business. And the nice thing is DOT numbers are basically for life. You can go online and punch in your business information and they'll spit out a DOT number for you. But you can put your DOT number on your trailer. It has to be seen from both sides of the trailer. And you can even put one on the rear of the trailer. So when you update your truck, you don't have to worry about putting new DOT numbers and this and that on your new truck. You see where I'm going with that? See, the DOT guys up in our area, the state troopers, when I was talking with them about how to display and so forth, and I said, I really hate to put it on our trucks. I said, you don't have to. Said as long as I can visually see that DOT number on the side of your trailer that you're pulling, that's fine. So spend your money on the trailer and making it something that is comfortable to work at. That's going to be your home base for your business. The truck, if you want to throw on a magnetic sign, that's fine. I know guys that are into it pretty heavy, and they get the whole truck wrapped, and then they get the whole trailer wrapped. And I'm thinking, how much money have they got into that? But they're looking at it as advertising, what they would have to spend to advertise. And they want other customers, when they're out and about, to see who they are and how to get a hold of them. But if I were going to start up a custom service mechanical business where I'm coming to the customer, I would be more apt to just take and create pamphlets, flyers, what have you. And in our area, I wouldn't even think twice about going door to door, introducing myself and what I have to offer, and leaving a business card and a flyer, a business card and a pamphlet, kind of outlining what we do. The hard part is just getting established. Once you're established, if you are a trustworthy person and you're fair, word of mouth will spread. You'll find when you show up at this customer's place to do a mobile service, a couple neighbors come running over and want to know if you can do theirs. And that's great. If you have the time to hit them while you're right there, that's going to make more money for you, right? So in the end, if you don't mind riding around, it would make a perfect business for you, and you don't mind working alone. Now, somebody in the comments has said, you don't charge for a pickup and drop off? If you're a mobile service, you have to figure that in, and I think Rodney can talk more about that, but I think you would want it so that the customer is going to pay a pickup and drop off if I come get the machine. So I would think if I was going to be doing a mobile, it would be an automatic so much to come to you, and then an hour minimum labor, and then it would depend upon how far away from my location you were on what your initial cost would be. See, I know a dealership here in town there for John Deere, and they've got a map on the back wall for customers to look at, and it says pick up and drop off, and it's got a bullseye where they're at, and then the first ring is 50, second ring is 75, third ring is 100, and it just keeps, the farther you get away from them, the more it's going to cost you. I don't care if they've got 5 people they're picking up in that area that day. Each one of those people get charged whatever that mileage from the business. So that's a pretty good chunk of change if you can get 4 or 5 that you're going after when you figure your cost based on one. So I think Ronnie could talk to you more about that, but I think you would have a initial stop fee. It's got to be there. You know, whether it's, I know when we go out in the field to work on tractors, it's an automatic $50, depending on how far you are from us. If you're within 15, 20 miles, we charge a $20 or a $50 service charge for coming out. And there's normally 2 of us. So you're going to pay twice the labor rate with 2 of us there looking it over and fixing it in the field for a farmer or what have you. I hardly ever get much on the lawn and garden, but I do get that on the compacts and the farm tractors where they ask us to come to them because they're in a fix. But I hope this video kind of helps some of you guys start, seeing the aha moment that this is a lucrative business to be in. And it's just another thing where you got to think outside the box and find your niche. That I know even in our area we have it. I talked to you about the John Deere dealership that they have a mobile. And they just have a guy that makes so much an hour as a mechanic, and he drives around doing the services. And I know they wouldn't be doing it unless they were making money at it. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow, which should be Thursday. And if you guys have any questions or comments, post them. If there's something that you would like to learn more about, we're happy to try to put my 2 cents or my spin on it. And on that, you guys have a great day.